Gina Carano got a big win yesterday, and she is taking it to Disney every single day in a big way, going from victory after victory in MMA to now changing the way that Hollywood may have to treat their conservative and even moderate stars. Gina is getting W's when it comes to her court case. Today we'll tell you the latest and why Disney had to produce stuff they didn't want to in 20 days. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is a joy to have you as ever, and our job when we are enjoined together is to bring you the news entertainment-wise in a way that helps you be even more wise as to what's going on in the world. As we get ready to dive in, consider clicking the like button, and we'll have you saying what in the world is going on with the House of Mouse and why can't they act right? It's a delight to give you the news, truth with a capital T, on the way. Go. All right, folks, take a look at this. It's out of That Park Place, the website that if you're not yet bookmarked, well, you should be. Marvin Montanero is our author here. It says Gina Carano wins big against Disney in lawsuit discovery battle. Judge orders Disney to hand over actor pay records within 20 days. Now, let me just say that this is something that Disney could have done in the way that almost every single entity ever does this, which is to say, you were going to have to do it anyway. Just be polite. This is a formality, Disney. But you know what? Another win is another win. In a major legal victory for Gina Carano and her lawsuit against Disney, the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California has granted a motion to compel Disney to turn over key documents related to how other Star Wars actors were compensated, including big names like Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, and the cast of The Mandalorian and Grogu. The order comes after 8 months of what Carano described as Disney's deflection and stalling in her wrongful termination lawsuit. The court order issued in case number 224-CV01009 forces Disney to comply within 20 days. And here's what Gene Shearer said about it. That's the attorney representing Gina. Discovery motion granted in Gina Carano's case against Disney. The court is forcing Disney to turn over information about how stars like Pedro Pascal, Rosario Dawson, and others from Mandalorian and Disney Plus shows and the forthcoming movie were compensated. I'll have to click, let's see, does he have it? No, I got to click show more, darn it. All right, well, we'll do this. Here we go, because I know it's in here. Boom, baby, there we go. There's the order, and here's what's important. It says, Disney must produce verified spreadsheets showing actor pay across multiple shows, key evidence that will help show the financial harm. While the court's order did not give Gina access to everything she was looking for, it made clear we can seek further evidence on actor compensation if our expert concludes such evidence is still necessary. The court also required Disney to move quickly, giving them only 20 days to comply with the order. The order shows the court won't let Disney bury relevant information in this high-stakes battle by playing procedural games. And that seems to be what Disney has been doing, trying to delay. And I think, this is speculation on my part, but I think they're trying to delay to the point that this trial, the lawsuit, lands after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is out. They haven't managed to do that yet. Right now, it's still landing a couple months ahead, although they have been successful in getting it delayed, not enough to get it past the movie. But I think that's what they're aiming for. What's so crazy about this is that because of the delay, this now is happening. The lawsuit's going to take place with the judge. Now, I believe it's in late February and in March. The Mando movie comes out in May. So there's a possibility that we're still in the middle of this with the Mando movie release. And that's going to be a giant headache for Disney. Disney trying to create giant headaches for Gina Carano. It says, what's next? Disney must produce actor compensation records within 20 days of the order. The documents must include verified spreadsheets. The scope includes the movies plus the Disney shows. If more records are needed, Gina Carano's lawyers can ask for additional evidence after reviewing what Disney hands over. Now, we are not yet, I don't believe, into discovery phases where there's the possibility of interviewing and asking questions of executives and Kathleen and Bobby and all the rest. But the longer this goes on, the greater the chance there is that will happen. And of course, Disney is very hesitant and reticent that any of this info should ever get out. Could get very ugly. And as we've said before, the implications of all this could not be higher. This actually could change the way that Hollywood has to treat actors, actresses, and everybody in between, regardless of their political stances, whether they are conservative, moderate, or lefty. They may have to be treated nicely, and Hollywood has not been good at that. And they definitely were not good about that with Gina Carano. Disney, in my estimation, treated her about as unfairly and poorly as you can. Panel, I hand it to you now and ask you your thoughts on the state currently of the Gina Carano lawsuit. I know Jay may have some things to say, although I know sometimes Jay is a little tight-lipped, and appropriately so. But I also know that Lauren is passionately a follower of trying to make sure that Gina gets the right kind of treatment and says the things that we need to hear. Gentlemen, take it away.
Do you want me to go first?
Lauren apparently does. Lauren sat like the statue of David.
I don't know this Gina person that well. I think she's a nice soul that got treated poorly. So I hope whatever happens. It looks like to me that they're trying to extend this as long as possible in hopes that Gina would possibly take a settlement. And that sounds like she's probably refused. That's why they're trying to push this thing further down, saying hopefully maybe they'll come up with something that she'll take, but I have no idea.
But you heard of this person yesterday, and there's really no insight whatsoever.
No.
No.
Truthfully, I have never discussed anything with Gina Carano about the lawsuit. She is under, NDAs to talk, not even talk to her friends about it. So
that's right.
Yeah. So well, Lauren, I have no idea.
Lauren, let's go to you because I think you've got some ideas about the way that Disney has handled this situation. Your thoughts and what do you think it means for the Mando movie if this thing is ongoing at the time of release?
Honestly, I think they've sort of lost their window of interest anyway. It's been so long since season 3 came out, and season 3 was not really well regarded. So I'm not sure that there's going to be a lot of interest for the movie in the first place. But I think that Jay is likely correct in that they were really, really hoping that they could settle. That's something that Disney has never really come up with before, I think, which is having somebody that they're involved in a lawsuit with that actually has financial backing that allows them to withstand the delays, and they don't have anything that I think Gina wants. That's the thing. What she wants is the victory. She wants the discovery. The discovery is the point. This is a good first step. I think that it's good that the judges put a timeline on producing the financial data, 20 days. That's a real tight timeline. I'm curious to see how things proceed after that, because it's going to be the internal correspondence that I think is going to be the real gold mine. And I think if Disney continues to play games with trying to delay, that may irk the judge such that he starts yanking the chain a little harder.
What happens if they don't turn it in 20 days? Do they get fined or something like that? Or I have no idea how this works.
They get a real firm talking to. No, they can definitely incur legal penalties. Usually those are minor financial slaps on the wrist at first.
Okay.
But, I don't think they're going to be facing any kind of criminal stuff. And I think they'll comply. But I think that Disney is likely, this is just me watching this, I think Disney would like exactly what you guys are saying, to delay, and try to get this out of the way of the Mando movie, try to see if they can get some kind of settlement, anything they can possibly do. But, she's funded by Elon Musk. Really? Yeah. What is it they could offer? She wants to be restored. She wants restitution, and she wants her good name back again in Hollywood. And she was phenomenally popular with all of her co-stars and beyond. She's got fans lining out the door when she goes to conventions. Disney essentially said, you're not allowed to be in anything anymore. That's the way I see it. And it's totally inappropriate. She wasn't trying to do anything other than make sure that people treated one another respectfully. It's an admirable thing that she was doing.
Well, I think it's worse than that in some ways, is that besides just pulling her from the show, I remember at the time, I think it was, I can't remember the name of the pinball company, but they were putting out a pinball machine for the Mandalorian. They pulled her off the artwork and I think replaced her with Ahsoka Tano, if I remember right.
Yeah,
they did that on multiple artworks too. So they pulled the Cara Dune character off that. Yeah.
One of the things that was amazing about Gina, and I think that won her over with the fans, was that she admitted that she was not greatly familiar with Star Wars coming in, but she wanted to learn. And she went and she talked to the fans and the people who knew about it to learn about it. And she was always friendly and gracious with all of the people who wanted to see her in this show, anybody who came to see her at the conventions, she's just a lovely lady. And you can't buy that kind of goodwill. That they squandered at this entirely is just ridiculous.
It really is, because I think Lucasfilm was kind of earning the fans back, towards their direction and really getting them interested in Star Wars content. That hadn't happened since before the release of Last Jedi, and so to do what they did with Gina Carano, it really did split the fandom apart in a big way. When it comes to this legal case here, most of the times you're going to have legal counsel that are going to be talking with opposing counsel and trying to get a settlement deal. The great thing about Elon Musk being Gina's representation is that they're not interested in that. They're interested in what Gina is interested in, and that is reciprocity, wherever that comes from, and getting to know what actually happened internally with Lucasfilm, because I think it needs to be exposed. I think what was happening in Lucasfilm at this time, what's happening with Kathleen Kennedy, with Bob Chapek and everything else, I think is an open question, and I think Gina is interested in getting to the heart of it, and might be paving a way forward for not just her, but other actors who might have been sidelined because of their political positions, which is a big deal.
I just hope at the end of the day, no matter what happens, that Gina finds the closure that she wants. And I don't know if everyone will be happy with whatever closure she decides. That's the only thing that I hope people will respect whatever decision she makes, whatever it may be. Because if she is like, I am happy with this, I have closure in this, and this is what I'm doing, that's okay with me. So it's her case, it's not mine. It's who am I to tell her what to keep doing, what not to do, things like that. So
Jay, I think she's already a winner. How many people are brave enough to do what she's done? How many people would stand up, not only to tell others, be kind to one another and then face the consequences of it unjustly, but then to fight on and to achieve what she has achieved? I think Gina goes down as a legendary winner, and whatever comes of this, it's going to make companies think twice about doing this to anybody else. For that, kudos to her. Kudos to her for making sure that other people don't face this.
Yes, kudos to her. It is sad because she really does love being, part of like movies and things like that. She really loves it, and that was stripped away from her, as we saw in the court filings. Things. This isn't any insider information. It was in the court documents that she had lost roles because of what they did to her and how they labeled her. And I think that was the hardest part for her, that she wasn't able to continue working. Even if Lucasfilm had just said, we're going to move on from you as a character, they could have just done it professionally, but they didn't. And that's why we're here today.
They messed with the wrong strong woman. They finally
honestly, and for those that have seen her at the conventions, you guys see her lines. They're massive. They're massive than some of the other stars that are there. And some of those stars backstage, they're just like, man, Gina got some big lines. Like, she's not even in a major film. She's not. I was like, but she's had a fan base since her MMA days. And then to see, and I know you guys covered this, ESPN totally snub her from the MMA article, just to the point where Dana White is like, hello, what is wrong with you guys? Left Gina off the list? You guys are insane.
Jay, I wondered if it's because Disney said, we're not going to put her name anywhere, because I can't figure out how that happens otherwise. Or, maybe you got a rogue writer. But
I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that in my heart. I don't know anything, but yeah, I 100% believe that. I 100%
smells. That's all I can say about it.
There's somebody over there that they're still, her political beliefs. She spoke at a Trump rally, and certain people in Hollywood and media hate that. It didn't matter who it was. The fact that you're an actor doing that or wherever, they just hate that. So I'm sure it's all like part of the system to try to erase her from history, which it just makes her stronger in popular opinion polls, like and things like that. So it makes her lines longer at conventions. It makes everything that she's doing, up in the spotlight shine brighter, because they trying to like just silence her and from everything. Now, first it was Star Wars, then it was other movie roles. Now it's her MMA career. It's insane, man. It's insane.
Well,
So
one thing's for sure, she's winning with fans and she's winning with the court proceedings. Go, Gina, go. That's what we say. And we'll keep following it every single day, finding out the wins that are coming to Gina. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for now, but don't worry. Do not fret. Not yet, for more content is still coming your way 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. What a joy it has been to share our time with you. We hope you feel the same. Adding value to your every single day is our job here, and we take it very seriously. Folks, the only thing we ask in return is that you consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it. Stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. And drop a comment right on down below. And folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our partner YouTube channels, That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place, and some of those radio stations like Vacation Radio, well, we certainly would appreciate it. Until the next time we have the honor of spending time and being invited into your day, folks, we go on our way saying this: keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.